Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Friday the 18th of June 2021 and we're looking at what is happening to the gold and silver prices this morning, the news headlines and any economic data. The last 2 days we saw gold and silver prices crash and we provided a report on this in yesterday's video entitled Why Gold and Silver Prices Just Crashed. And we've provided a link to that video in the description box below. And we're pleased to say, because it's the highest viewing video we've had for months, but sad because it takes a crash to get that sort of attention. So let's take a look at what is happening this morning and to see whether things are getting worse or better for gold and silver prices. Time currently is 11:23 GMT +1, overcast morning here in the United Kingdom. Now, as it's Friday and we're very conscious that fewer people look at our videos on Friday than any other day of the week, we shall therefore run through today's morning update quickly, and it will also enable us to get it up onto YouTube, hopefully by midday, so that we're not running too late. Looking at the news headlines, Bloomberg. Americans can pack bags for Europe as EU lifts travel curbs. I'm sure that's going to please so many people. Bitcoin ban upheld at Danske Bank despite growing client demand. So all those who condemn cryptocurrencies, that's good news. Johnson's Tories suffer shock defeat in UK district election. Yes, a district of northwest of London, being a stronghold for the party, actually went to the Liberal Democrat Party, which is now, compared to what it used to be, a very small party. Taiwan recruits TSMC Foxconn to help secure BioNTech vaccines, and Forex traders' body ask Nigeria dealers to stop hoarding dollars. That's perhaps one for the future, the hoarding of dollars, because it's not just Nigeria who's been doing that. We also have Nasdaq futures gain with bonds on reflation, reboot and markets wrap. Okay, there's a lot of interesting news on gold and silver, and we will touch on that in a moment. Looking at the business news in the UK, retail sales fall in May as shoppers dine out. It's interesting. We also have TikTok owner ByteDance sees earnings double, and Victoria's Secret Mal's return of new look show. Don't know, I'm a bit too old now for Victoria's Secret. Meat sector warns of Brexit production squeeze. Well, we've certainly seen the price of certain meats rise here in the UK post-Brexit, that's for sure. And Scotch whisky tariffs suspended in UK-US deal, and the true whisky drinkers will be delighted by that news. Looking at the US news quickly, a bit more serious. US Supreme Court rejects big challenge to Obamacare. Biden signs the bill for the Juneteenth holiday. We also have why US millennials are quitting big cities. And that's an interesting one because that is going to ultimately have an effect on property prices in the city and arguably to some degree wages too. Kim ready for dialogue and confrontation with the United States. Finally, chip shortage addressed by US-EU tech alliance. So, what's been happening in the markets? Well, the dollar index is up again, 91.9, so just shy of 92. For those who follow us, you're aware that it was hovering for some considerable time, marginally above and marginally below 90. In the last 2 days, because of the Fed's statement on Wednesday, rose quite dramatically well into the 91s, and now it looks like it's on the verge of touching 92, and actually did at an early part of today. Stocks, well, yesterday Again, markets broadly down, but less than 1%. Again, nothing too exciting. In UK and Europe, we've got a similar picture. Down, but all under 1%. And Asia Pacific overnight, again, Hang Seng up. Seems to be the only one going up really with any sort of conviction. And the Nikkei and Topics down. But again, all of them well within the 1% barrier. Price of oil, slightly down, but still holding above the $70 level. But let's go to why we're all here. Let's look at gold. Well, on the week, gold now is trading below 1800 and it's at 1792. Bearing in mind that it closed last week at 1877. So it's down, if my maths is any good, is down $85. The reason it says down $100 because that's a literal week from Friday to Friday, but I'm going from Friday's close to now. Though gold did dip as low as 1768. Don't know if you can see here on this chart. Did dip as low as 1768. I can't quite get the point there. And that was at 1631 UK time yesterday. Looking at silver, similar situation, except silver's now trading at 26.41, but for many people frightened them because it did actually go as low as 25.79. What a buy that could have been. And bearing in mind it closed at 27.93, silver's now down $1.52 since Friday's close. Is it going to recover from here? Well, we may do a video on that later today. And Bitcoin, on the week, it's up £976. In dollar terms, we're looking at it being up $1,452. You can see it peaked for the week on Tuesday, fell back, made a slight gain, fallen back. A lot of people are claiming it's going to fall very shortly to $35,000 and then possibly even $30,000 and then trade for some time between $30,000 and $40,000 and ultimately will either spike up, back up to its all-time high above 60,000 or go down to the lowest level that we've seen most serious analysts predicting around $19,000. So we've got gold down, silver down, but on the day, gold is recovering slightly today, as you can see on this chart here. Since midnight, we've got a nice little bit of an uptrend. I'll be a little surprised if it doesn't get quite back up to 1800. It's only $5 short. Unless there's more negative news out today. And looking at silver on the day chart, we can see silver, again, similar trend, although it's fallen back a little bit, is now at 26.41. Not going to hit 27 today, unfortunately. We think it's going to hover around what we predicted to be our sort of extreme low of this 26.50. Though we're not ruling out, because it's done it once already, that it could go back down into the 25s. That's it. We said we'll keep it short. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Do comment and press the bell sign. Otherwise, have a fantastic Friday and hopefully please tune in to our weekly update tomorrow where we will go into some form of forecasting for next week for gold and silver prices. Thank you so much for listening. And just before we go, a quick pump or reminder to our video that we're going to produce tomorrow, which is our gold and silver weekly update for the week ending the 18th of June, where we cover things like what's happened during the course of the week, particularly in terms of precious metal prices, where the state of the economy stands by looking at economic data, and what we believe to be next week's forecast in terms particularly of gold and silver prices. We've noticed that past few Saturdays, our viewing figures for this video has gone down, which is why we're mentioning it today, to ask you, please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, or you have subscribed but haven't pressed the bell sign, please do so, because we are very much aware that our videos are not being actively promoted by YouTube, possibly because of the name, and it seems to frighten some people off from tuning in. So a reminder, tomorrow probably will be posted sometime between midday and 1 p.m. That's GMT plus 1, and depending where you are in the world, it'll be a few hours before or a few hours later. Thank you once again for watching and listening to this video, and we look forward to you joining us tomorrow. Disclaimer. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.